dear friends, welcome back again. We are so happy you popped over again to see what we are up to today. Of course, for everyone who is new here, welcome. We are Janny and Dyanne, and we hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, of course, we hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone who is here and is not subscribed to our channel, we hope you will click the red subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and tick the bell so you will be notified every time we upload new DIYs. Like we always say, enough talking, let's jump in today's inspiration.
Hey everyone, Diane here with a new DIY for you. Today we're going to craft something for the fall season. And for the ones new to our channel, welcome. I'm Diane and I host this channel together with my mother-in-law, Jenny. And we love to use these guys here, the tumbling tower blocks from, we buy them on the web shop that sells party supplies. And since this is a game which you can play in a party, they sell it. And each package costs €3. Then you get 45 pieces and they're packed like this in plastic. And this is the size, let me open it, of one single block. 5 centimeters long and 2 centimeters wide. Okay, to be honest, actually, I really like these to craft with. The only disadvantage that they have is sometimes I call it greasy wood. The wood gets a little bit greasy, or is a little bit greasy, even when it comes straight out of this package. And when you want to apply glue, sometimes it really won't suck up in the wood, or it sucks up too quickly. And when you, for example, glue these two together and this one is greasy, you can instantly see that it won't tack, it won't stay. And what you got to do then, wait for a couple of minutes, apply some new glue here, and then just reattach, and then it should stay in place. But for the rest, I really like these kind of blocks. I also had other blocks in the past. Jen and I had other blocks. They were slightly bigger than these, and then you get a package of 60 pieces for €3. However, the bigger blocks were a little bit harder for me, at least, to build with, because they're so big and robust. It was really hard sometimes to make shapes and figurines. So I really like this shape better, but the only thing is that you get 6 blocks less for the same amount of money. But hey, everything gets more and more expensive. Those blocks were, by the way, sold by Action. That is a shop here similar to Dollar Tree here. And they also sell really great crafting supplies here. This crafting mat is from the Action. This is the wood glue that Jenny and I use from Potex. Also from Action, I believe about €2 or €3 maximum for a big can like this. And it lasts super long and has a really nice cap for your, cap holder actually. The only disadvantage, as you can see, I once forgot to put the cap back on after I glued. And then everything started to dry out. And then sometimes the nozzle gets stuck and then you have to reopen it with a needle or something. However, we're going to make pumpkins today, and I hope that it's going to work out as I have it in mind. I hope you're ready to craft with me. Let's go. Okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to build pumpkins, and I have a little bit of trouble with the light today because it's super sunny outside, and I can't just open all the shutters because then you won't see anything, because I also have light here from the back. And that will be a total blast out. So I had to play a little bit with the shutters up and down and which window needs to be closed. So I'm going to try to film it as good as possible. Anyway, let's shove these aside. What I want to do, build pumpkins. We can do it both ways. We can stack blocks upon each other like this. But to be honest, that's not really my style. Therefore, I'd like to do it this way. Here, there, here's some more. Just play a little bit around, I guess. Is that a good idea, or should we stay nice and clean spot and put everything just as careful and in the same position up and down like that? And then you take another block and put that beside it. That's one way to do it. However, you can also just, then you need a few more blocks to build in the right height. You can do it like this. Just rotate them. And they go up and down like that. But to me, as you can see, it doesn't really look like a pumpkin. It's get a real weird shape, and then you should do something like this. So that's not what I want to do today. However, there are people who make pumpkins like this somehow. I still don't understand how they do it. I believe there are 2, 3, and then 4 blocks standing up. Something like that. And away then you go slightly to the back. I will show you what I mean. And then you go back here this way. That's the base, and then you just take a small piece off here and put that like there. I'm not good at that. I just wanted to do it the way as I said it. And therefore, how many rows did we need again? I believe there were 5. Let me check it again. Yeah, I believe there were 5 rows. Was it? And then 1 piece like that. It's still really flat. Do I want to add an extra layer? I'm just going to rebuild it. I want to brainstorm with you, and I want to show you the fair process of how I'm going to do this, because I have it in mind and I know what I want it to look like, but it's really annoying that it won't be in the right shape, that I'm not getting it into the right shape as how I wanted it to be. Maybe with adding an extra layer on the back, you make it a little bit more realistic. Okay, 1 layer on the top then. I'm not sure if this is going to do the trick. Double layer 1. Does this look better? I don't think so, right? No, I'm just leaving it in 1 row. Anyway, for building that, we need 10 blocks. And this is how I'd like to glue. 1 row, 2 layers, 3, 4, 5. And of course we want another one, so I'm going to build the second pumpkin with layers 3, 4, 5. Now, just leave one down flat and put the other ones up like this. Why do I do that? Because then I can easier put apply the glue upon the short side of the block. Then you take your glue, just let flow down a slightly amount of glue. You don't need that much. Wood glue is super strong. Now it's white, but it dries up transparent, which is really good. And yeah, we can divide the glue a little bit better, and I will show you how I like to do that, but you can do it your way. Don't forget to close the cap, Dyanne, otherwise everything dries out. There we go. If you want to divide the glue a little bit better than this, just rub the ends against each other. This is what you get. Works perfectly with all kinds of glue, but especially with wood glue. And then, don't fall over. Then when I did this, I like to let the blocks rest for a couple of minutes so the glue can set in. And yeah, the joint's a little bit stronger. So with some kinds of glue that works, some it does make a difference, but I believe it's not on the flask or the bottle. I think it makes a difference here. So just a couple of minutes and then I'll be back putting these together. Good. Are you ready? There we go again. Starting with the back so I don't hang in my own work. Just put them slightly, do not press hard, slightly upon each other. It doesn't make a difference if you're doing it in a clean way or not. Just like this. Now you grab yourself an extra pair of blocks here. And how I like to do it, you can just put them all together. That doesn't make a difference. Just push them together like this. You can do it like that, but that's not necessary because there isn't glue inside. And sometimes here is some glue spilling out. If you have that, I suggest get yourself tissue paper or damp cloth and wipe it away gently. And then you have clean space to work with. Now, easy as that, I just have the base here. Maybe now I'm seeing this, I want to have a third pumpkin. So move these over. I'm going to apply a third one together. And then we're going to stack these upon each other. Suddenly I saw the light. Just need to add one extra layer on that side. I'm going to redo the whole thing again, but it's still possible because the glue was still damp, so I can just rearrange everything. No big deal. I think I'm going to make 3 layers or 3 blocks behind each other, and then 8 layers to create a pumpkin. And then I want to write down some text somehow upon those things. Okay, just apply 1 layer, 2 layers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I have 7? 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, then I just grab 1 extra, and that will be 8. Come on, you. There we go. Well, really want to do that push thing again with the 2 leftover blocks. Now this looks like a better pumpkin to me. However, I think 7 layers would be nicer. Or is it that too square? 6 is also nice. Let me just rearrange it how I have it in mind. Oh, it falls apart. Go back, you. Maybe this is a greasy wood one that I just told you about. And then you gotta add a tiny little. Yeah, I think I just maintain it to 6. Okay, just put everything together again, and then we're doing the final push here and there. Go all together, you. There we are. Now gently wipe away the glue that didn't have to be there. That will be 1 pumpkin. Okay, now I have 2 layers already, and this will be 4. With 2 extra, and then I'm going to add some more layers. I think that then the pumpkin looks more realistic because that little wooden stick that you put upon the top section is otherwise, I think, way too big, and you can make it smaller by sewing, but yeah, I'm not that into it. Okay, we're going to create some more layers, so grab some more blocks and I'll do the rest while you relax. The glue is dry. Time to start stacking these things upon each other. And I really wonder what is the right way to do so. Stack like this, or just lay the whole thing down and start doing it this way. And by doing this, actually, you can better look where to glue, because then I know I got a spare 1 block here, and then we go back here, back there, there, and the last one there. So I have 1 block every time spare it out. I think I'm going to do it that way. Well, let's just repeat the steps we did before. Turn them this side up. Grab your glue. Now you can apply, oops, a little bit more. And if you want, you can rub these parts against each other. But as I said, that's optional. But however, I just want to do that because it gives me a really nice feeling and idea that the whole thing is better attached together that way. And a little bit more divided too. Okay. Well, just start right away then. Don't worry about the glue that is spilled on the edge here. As I said, it is drying up transparent afterwards. Now I hope we're doing this because I only can push them together this way, not that way, because then that will ruin the whole thing. Here. And there goes the last one. Oh, sorry, this one wasn't attached properly. And the last one here. Now you grab your 2 blocks again. Carefully, I push only on the center. There we are. And now I'm leaving it to rest until the glue is dry, and I'm going to do the other 2 pumpkins the same way as I did this. Okay, the 3 pumpkins are dry and ready to apply some more wood to these planks because they can stand like this, but they're easily tumbling. So what I want to do, let me see, what is the bad side? Do we have a bad side where you see, yeah, this is a bad side here. This one is uglier. This one is a bad side, and this one doesn't really have a bad side. What I want to do is you just grab 3 of these, put some wood glue. I said put some wood glue on, and then we are going to apply them here, just on the back part. And now we have a standard, so they won't tumble over. And you can put them right wherever you want. There we are. Okay, now we let them dry. And I think after that's done, it's time for paint jobs. Back again, the wood is glued together and they can stand upwards like this. Now it's time to start giving them a paint job. I'd like to have orange pumpkins, 3 of course. Let me lay them down so I can show you a little bit better what I have in mind. I have no orange paint at the ready, so I have to mix it myself with yellow and a little bit of red. And therefore I use just a brush for watercoloring and this cup. Now let's pour a lot of paint in there. Pretty sure now I have enough. And a little bit of red. We don't want to have it too red. You can always add a little bit extra. Let's give this a try. Yeah, this way. Now I'm going to start mixing. And you see that it's already starting to color very red. Or dark orange, sorry. Let me mix it up a little bit more. And then I'm going to paint everything. Hopefully you have enough paint because you really use a lot of this stuff. see, all the pumpkins are now painted, and yeah, I think it is time to add those little wooden sticks on top, and therefore I just want to use these 3 here. I'm going to lay them down flat. I didn't painted the back part because then the wood glue wouldn't be, so effective. Let me see for the scale. How large do we want them to be? So about this size, halfway. That's a nice size, or here you can make it larger too. Actually, maybe I'm going to do it like this, or do we want it completely straight? I think I'm going to do variation. Just going to start. We'll see where it ends. Okay, just add some glue. Also on the other 2. And then we let that dry for just a couple of seconds because it's pretty warm here today. Might well rub them against each other. I think that's a wonderful idea. And this one as well. Okay, let me see. Just take one. I'm going to just stick it in here. Oops. Just leaving it there. Okay, and then this one should go up straight in the center. This will do. And then we put the other one this side. Let me see. Yeah, tumble it a little bit over to this side. That one might be a little bit shorter. Well, okay, now I'm leaving them to dry. That take, I think, about 30 minutes, 1 hour. And after that, I'm going to color the sticks with beeswax. Here is the beeswax that Jenny and I use. This comes from a drugstore, and you just need brushes, or you can use a piece of cloth as well. I prefer brushes, but to be honest, I always have an extra set of brushes, especially for the beeswax. Why? Because you can't get this stuff out of your brushes anymore once it's in. So yeah, that's good to know. And ventilate your room pretty well because this stuff smells. But you can use all other kinds of varnish. This is the stuff that we like the most, but it's totally up to you. Sticks are applied. I all apply them in a different way because actually none pumpkin is exactly the same. Time to apply the wax now. Here I have one of my beeswax brushes. As you can see, it's old and worn, perfect for DIYing with wax. Now what I do is open up the jar, leave the lid down here. I'm going to dab the brush into the wax. Now I always have way too much wax. Just gently dab upon the jar, and then I dab into the lid of the jar to get rid of that excess wax. And then I hope I can do it without. You see, this is what happens next. I carefully want to go across that line. However, I think I need another brush. You see, I have a small one here as well. Yeah, this one is really, really tiny. Perfect to apply the wax beside the paint. Gently wipe away in one direction. And then you need to leave it to dry really long. Really long. I think about a couple of hours. Let me apply some more wax here, because you will still see it from the side. But look what a difference the wax makes. Really looks actually like a natural pumpkin to me. Here's the wax, and here you can see without wax. I'm going to do the other two as well, and then I'm leaving it to dry for, I think, about 2 hours. Okay, everything is dry. Time for the finishing decorations. And therefore I'd like to use these letters here, these Scrabble letters. They are from Action as well. I have no idea what I paint anymore. I think €2-3 maximum. And yeah, they have so many letters available. But I want to make something for fall, so I think I'm going to do something like pumpkin harvest season. Maybe that's, and you can put them together, and everything's still actually in the fall spirit. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I can't apply them anymore with wood glue, at least I don't think so, because this is acrylic paint, and acrylic paint is a little bit more greasy than chalk paint. So on chalk paint, I think I would have guessed that wood glue worked. But here I like to use my hot glue gun, which is now still cold, from Parkside from the Lidl, and this thing is on a battery. You can charge it via USB-C here, and Jenny and I have this thing, and yeah, it works marvelous. However, sometimes it contains drippers, as you can see here. Let's remove that. And yeah, the glue sticks are only available at the Lidl as well, because they have a very weird size and shape. Not shape, the size is weird, the diameter is weird. Okay, well, enough talking. I'm going to find the letters that I need, and then I'm going to apply them. Here are the letters pumpkin harvest season. Some are already applied with beeswax, and I want to do it to everything. And I think it's a nice idea, or actually a better idea, to first start gluing them together, and that you then apply the beeswax. Because these are pretty old ones. I have no idea where I used them for, but apparently I pulled them off DIY, or I didn't want to pick them, so I put them back. I'm just going to put glue here in between all the letters with my glue gun, and then I'm going to apply beeswax all around. Why? Because then I think we have a really nice solid base, and it's easier to apply your wax to the letters. I actually want to try one with wood glue, because these beeswax is already super old. That must be. I haven't used these letters for a while. And I'm really curious if it works. Now I think I'm just going to use my pumpkins itself to apply, or to press them in one big roll. So far so good. I don't want to press like that, because then I'm afraid things go wrong. Okay, so to redo it again. I think actually this is going to work even on letters that are already glued together. So I'm just going to continue, because this is a much stronger connection than when you use hot glue. Going to turn this thing off, but gotta work quickly. There. Ooh, this one contains a lot of glue. Let me just share that with other letters. This one as well. Okay, I'm hoping I don't make a mistake now by writing down the words. R-V-E-S-T. This is the hardest one for me. S-O-N. Yeah. We're there. Marvelous. Now, quickly put them together. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Just gently wipe away any excess glue that might pop up in between. And if necessary, just align everything again. That's a good thing. This stuff dries, but not super hard. I mean, applying wood glue with hot glue, is much harder to glue, because then you had to do it right at once. And here you can just move around a little bit. Okay, I'm going to leave this to dry. I think half an hour will be enough, because the wood is already pretty dry. The humidity here is low. I believe it's about 40%, so that's perfect. At least for Dutch standards, it's low. And then I'm going to apply beeswax, just as I did before with the wood points and the pumpkins. Time for staining. Well, these fell apart in 3 pieces. This is one thing, and here we have 2 pieces. Somehow it cracked when I tried to remove it carefully from the mat, but of course that's no big deal because it's a very thin edge, and yeah, you need quite a lot of glue for the whole thing to attach. So I'm just going to grab my small brush and apply the stain to the blocks that aren't stained yet. Don't forget to do the edges as well, because that are the details that you're going to see. Then pumpkin is ready. I think with the small brush I will do the edges, and then I'm going to grab myself a bigger brush for the whole block to do so. However, this small brush is really nice to work with. And after all this, the hot glues should be attaching to the painted wood. At least that's what I'm expecting after all these years of crafting. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to speed it up because you know what I'm doing. You can see it, and if you have questions, just put them down in the comment section. Gluing time. I decided to use the wood glue instead of the hot glue, simply because I think it's going to work anyway. I'm just going to give it a try. If it doesn't work, we can always use the hot glue, but I think it will work. Okay, this is what I had in mind. I have 3 words on 3 different pumpkins, and each pumpkin contains 6 rows of blocks. So I thought for the first one, pumpkin, that will be on the first 2 rows. Harvest will be in the center, and then season will be on the bottom part. Now, since season is already 1 word, I will show you. Just apply the wood glue in 1 big line. If you're having more words, then I suggest do that in smaller lines. Let me see. This is the center line, so it should be centered with the wooden stick on top. I'm carefully going to push it into place. It will move up and down a little bit. There we have season. This will be harvest. Let me see, harvest is 2 parts. Then I'm going to add a little thinner line here of glue. And here just 3 dots, because they're really light. This is the first one. How many letters? 2, 4, 6, 7. This one must be the center letter then. Should be outlined with the wooden pick. And then we just put them together like this, and you won't see anymore that they were 2 separate blocks. Am I happy? Almost. There we go. Going to carefully remove a little bit of spilled glue here. Just what my nails should do. And here I have a better solution. You remember the box from the wooden blocks? Just rip this off. And with this sharp edge, you can just scrape the glue away. There. Not going to see it anymore. Here, do the same thing. That is number 2, and then we go to the third one and the last one. Pumpkin should be on top, and let me do 2, 4, 6. The P here. This one will be the center block. Okay. There we go. Just, oops, applying dots of glue on each block. 1 dot is enough, I think. Okay. This one is the center, the P is the center. have to outline it. A little bit more to the left. Yes, now I'm happy. Well, then we have pumpkin harvest season. Like that. You know, it's descending, so you can also put it in a triple way then. Well, now we need to wait until the glue is dry. They're all dry and trying to apply some more decor. Therefore, I have the following options. I have a branch here like this. I think it looks really realistic. And I also have a branch with fall leaves. And of course, we have some twine. That is always nice for autumn decor. I'm in doubt what I want to make. I want to make at least branches popping out here out of the sticks, but just a few. And maybe a leaf here and there is nice, but I will see how it looks. And also would like to make a bow out of this twine here. I think we start off with the branches first. I'm going to warm up the glue gun. Then I'm going to use my scissors to cut off small pieces of this really big branch here, because we only need small amounts of pieces for our DIY. And then I'm going to apply that with hot glue upon the DIY itself. Branches added up, as you can see here, and I want to try not with this one, I think, because the word is really up into the DIY. I want to see if one of the leaves, I just took off the branch. First I'm going to cut it up with a kind of branch on it, as you can see here, because I want to know what it looks like when you leave this on. You can also place it actually here or behind. But does that look nice? You know what I mean? Here, this, that we place it behind, but you can still see that there is a branch coming out. I think that's what I'm going to do. But however, then I have to glue this part. Yeah, just going to take a chance. This is pretty hot. Suggest using finger protectors, or as I do, scissors. That looks really nice to me. Well, then I know that this kind of leaf is okay. I'm going to apply the next one as well. And that is trash. Let me see, where do I want to have it? Up here. You can also let it come out of the letter itself, or is that a little bit weird? Otherwise, maybe this is a nice idea. Just put the branch on the back of the wooden tip. Gotta do it carefully. Hold your object until the glue is cooled down, otherwise it lets go. And I use it on a non-stained part of the wood, so I know that the glue will grip very well. I think we're there. Ta-da! Then we have the last one to go to. Let me see, where is a nice branch? Here is one. Let's cut it off. Okay, where do we want to have it? We have it here on the top. We want to have it from behind. Or here. No, I think this is weird. I think we should do it up here. Then we have all the leaves upon different corners on every pumpkin, and I like that variation. Just placing it here. There we go. I think it looks really sweet now together. Last thing I want to add is some twine. And how do I want to do that? By just doing this, cut off a piece. Then I'm going to stick it here through the leaf in this part of the DIY then. We grab ourselves some hot glue because I want to put it here. Glue there. Carefully put your twine in the dot of glue. Make sure that it's tightened before you let go. And you can work around. I think I'm going to do it 2 times. I've got to be careful, just going to stick my twine through the hole where the leaf is. Or can we do it a 3rd time? No. No, that it looks also a little bit too robust, I think. However, just go for it then. Push it into the right section. And now we have a natural way. I hope you can see it because the light is doing so weird today. Here. You see we covered up the gluing parts of the branches. And that gives really a nice authentic touch for me to the DIY. Because it looks much more high-end. I'm going to do the same thing with the other 2 pumpkins. Finished off the pumpkins with a little bow made out of twine. How did I do that? I'm going to show you. You just take your roll of twine. I hope that I can do it without making a mistake because I had to practice several times. That's why I did it before I wanted to show you. You take the loose end and here you go. You take the roll here. Take 2 fingers, hold here, and then you wrap around once. If you want to make a double, do it 1 time extra. Then you stick the loose end here in between. And now comes the trick. I left my thumb here because I'm going to slide this piece of twine where your thumb is. Then you pull. And then you have practically a bow. You can still just rearrange the loops. And then you just cut it off. Let me see, where was the one? Yeah, here. So I know how long the tails need to be. Cut the other one at the same length. And then you have just a really tiny cute bow that you can just place everywhere. However, I think I have to find a way. Oh well, it's fine. Just glue some hot glue. And the only thing you have to do then is push it into the right position. Like here. If your tails of the bow are doing weird, then I suggest you gotta glue them down to the DIY, like this here. Just a tiny dip of glue, dot of glue is enough. This is it ready. And then I'm just pushing on the position where I want to have it. And do here the same thing. However, I'm leaving this one. This one is okay. And this is what you get. I'm going to do it for the last one as well. And I think that we're ready. Final reveal is here. Just 3 different kind of pumpkins put together as one. Pumpkin harvest season, but you can put every word upon it what you like. Let us know in the comment section what you think about this DIY. We hope we entertained you and that you come back next time to watch another video. Bye everyone, take care.